You're listening to BK Presents on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hello, everyone. My name is BK International Talent Scout. I'm bringing a brand new show to you called BK Presents. 30 minutes, non-stop, your favorite in gospel music. The studio session, going deep into interviews with your favorite artists, producers, and their engineers. You and your music. Concert previews and concert reviews. Get it all on bkpresents.com. Hello, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about grounding techniques. If you've ever been through trauma, which I've been through trauma, if you ever had to go see a mental health specialist, which I do see a mental health specialist, they will teach you about grounding techniques, and grounding techniques are so important. And I'm going to share 8 body awareness grounding techniques. I'm going to give you some mental exercises for grounding techniques. What are grounding techniques? Grounding techniques are used to keep you in the present. Grounding techniques are also used to break the broken record in your mind, your heart, your body, your soul, and your spirit. So let's talk about body awareness and grounding techniques. The body awareness techniques will bring you into the here and the now by directing your focus to sensations in your body. Pay special attention to the physical sensations created by each step. So let's go through the 8 steps of body awareness grounding techniques. Take 5 long, deep breaths with your nose and exhale through your lips. That's like the first thing they teach you is to breathe correctly, to breathe in and breathe out, just to get you centered. Place both feet flat on the floor. As I'm talking to you, I'm making sure that both my feet are flat to the floor. Wiggle your toes. That centers you from the top of your head to your feet as you wiggle your toes. Curl and uncurl your toes several times. Spend a moment noticing the sensation in your feet. So that's literally getting your whole body centered. You're sending the energy from the top of your head to the sole of your feet. As you wiggle your toes, you begin to feel centeredness. And the whole concept is to keep you in the here and now, take you out of the broken record, take you out of your trauma, and focus you in the center. Stomp your feet on the ground several times. Pay attention to the sensation in your feet and your legs as you make contact with the ground. I'm not going to stomp my feet because I'm doing this live and I don't want to disrupt the recording. But that's something that you can do on your own. You can stomp your feet. You could pat your feet to music in your mind, music in your spirit, and music in your soul. Or music that you're listening to, whatever you listen to. I listen to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Clench your hands into a fist and then release the tension. Do this 10 times so you can clench your hands, you can release. Clench your hands, then you release. Clench your hands, then you release. So what you're doing, you're flowing the sensation from the inside to your hands and you release. Clench your hands and you release. All that is a part of centering you. So we centered you with your feet. Then we begin to center you with your hands. Press the palm of your hands together. Press them harder and hold the pose for 15 seconds. Pay attention to the feelings of the tension in your hands and your arms. All these exercises is to center you. All these exercises are designed to ground you. So it says clench your hands, the palm of your hands, feel the tension in your arms, feel the tension in your hands, release. They say do that 10 times. Rub your palms together briskly. Notice the sound and the feeling and the warmth. When you rub your hand, you hear that? I'm rubbing my hands. You're listening. Now you're using your listening, you're using your hearing, and it is centering you and it is calming you. Reach your hands over your head like you're trying to reach the sky. Stretch like this for 5 seconds. Bring your arms down and let them relax at your side. So when you reach up, reaching to the sky, come back down, reach up, I'm reaching to the sky. All this is designed to center you. All this is designed to keep you in the here and now. All this is designed to release trauma that could be trapped in your body. Then take 5 more deep breaths. Notice the feeling of calm in your body. Amazing. Here are some mental exercises that we can do to calm ourselves. Use your mental exercises to take your mind off of uncomfortable thoughts, uncomfortable feelings. They are discreet, they are easy to use at nearly any time and any place. Experiment to see which best works for you. So now we're going to begin. Now we centered our feet. We centered our hands. We reached to the sky. We centered our arms, our legs, our insides. Now we're going to talk about a mental exercise that we can do throughout the day to keep you in the here and now, to break the broken record in your head, to break the broken feeling in your body and break the broken feeling in your soul. Name all the objects that you see. Ha! Yeah, I see Rainier Avenue Radio World banners, signs in front of me and behind me. Describe the steps in performing an activity you know to do well. For example, shooting a basketball, preparing your favorite meal, or tie a knot. I remember shooting a basketball, but I also remember swinging the bat. I got my Mariner gear on. Go Mariners. Go Cal, the catcher for the Mariners, who is in the All-Stars game coming up this weekend. Pick up an object and describe it in detail. Describe its color, its texture, its weight, its scent, and other qualities that you notice. Wow, that's like if I pick up this cup, I notice it. I notice that you could put water in the cup. I notice that it's white. I notice that it is an object that you can drink out of. It centers you. It breaks the broken record, right? In your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. It breaks the trauma. And cups are good for water, and our body needs water. And then spell your full name and the names of 3 other people backwards. Wow, wow, wow. That's a workout right there. So, somebody's name I can spell backwards. One of my best friends' name is Faith, so her name spelled backwards is HTAIF. No, yeah. Wait, HTIAF. Faith. That's right. My buddy Faith, that's her name, spelled backwards. My Full name spelled backwards. TNAYRB. What it does, it makes your mind think, right? While you're spelling backwards, you sure can't think negative. While you're spelling backwards, you sure can't speak in a way that will cause it. What it does is breaks any negative cycles, any negative tension in your mental aptitude. Read something backwards, letter by letter. Practice for at least a few minutes. Think of an object and draw in your mind, in the air with your finger. Try drawing your home, a vehicle, or animal. All these are mental practices to keep you centered. Oh, here's another one I forgot to say. Count backwards from 100 by 7. How about if I count backwards from 100 by 10? Well, I guess the 7, see, that's something I could practice tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do you feel grounded? Do you feel grounded? Let's go into some other things about feeling grounded. Name 3 things you see. That's one way to become grounded. Name 3 things that you smell. That's one way to become grounded. Name 3 things that you hear. Name 3 things that you feel. Breathe in, breathe out slowly 3 times. That's the basics of the basic way to be grounded. Grounding, it helps you to remove anxiety. Grounding, it takes away the intense emotions in your body. One way to be grounded, lay on the ground, press your toes into the floor, squeeze Play-Doh. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, 5 senses. Wear your favorite sweatshirt. Use the essential oils and make a cup of coffee. This will help you use all 5 senses and help you stay grounded. Observe, describe an object in detail by color, texture, shadow, or by light. And then there is the famous breathing technique. Practice breathing 4, 7, 8. Inhale to 4, hold for 7, exhale to 8. And then the number one thing is to distract. To help break the cycle, find all squares or green objects in the room, count by 7s, and say the date. All those things will help you stay grounded. Today, we're talking about staying grounded. We hope that you try these techniques, right? And so as we continue in our show, today, I want to read my poem called Christmas in July by BK TalentScout. Christmas in July. Story of Christmas in the summertime. On this warm summer night with the church bells ringing in the background, in this unique South America town, they have a tradition in celebrating at Christmas time during the month of July. The streets are packed with people. Everyone is holding a lit candle to give the stars reflections in the moonlight. It's a time of love and gift exchanging without winter cold snow falling off the trees to the ground. They are beginning to celebrate Christmas in July through gift giving and couples renewing wedding vows en masse. It's that wonderful feeling of perfect love in the air as we watch a couple standing under the chapel bells ringing in the background. You begin to hear July Christmas carols in the air all over the countryside. The lighted candles hold up the starry night, reflecting the stars shining light above the moon. I sit and enjoy the love and singing in the air of renewed love all over again. It's a beautiful thing to see and hear Christmas celebrated during the month of July. It's so exciting to see new communities take the birth giving of a new love as unique couples take the time to renew the love wedding vows with the arch church bells ringing in the background. The awesomeness to walk through the candlelit streets looking for the group of singers you want to listen to in a way that celebrates my own personal singleness. I love the pure celebration of Christmas in July in a South America village. I wrote this story poem by taking a creative writing class at Seattle Central Community College. And this poem that I've written, I believe I've written this poem over 5 years ago. Every time I read this poem, I get so excited because it talks about one of my favorite times of Christmas. But this time it's Christmas in July. And what you find all over the country, people are coming out with albums Christmas in July. People are coming out with poetry, songs, movies. Well, if you watch Hallmark, they have Christmas movies playing all year round. What this poem does for me, it always centers me when I read it. When I think about the words that I read, sentence by sentence, it just takes me and it centers me in a special way. So, poetry writing is another way to center yourself. When you've been through trauma, when you've been through grief, when you've been through pain, when you've been through abandonment, learning to write poetry and learning to center yourself, learning to focus yourself out of trauma feelings, poetry writing is a good way to do that. Also, I would like to also share that I'm making progress. Yes, I go see a mental health specialist. And last month was Mental Health Month for Men. And I encourage all men to seek out mental health specialists or go to a mental health counselor. Why? Because it's a safe place to talk about your trauma. It's a safe place to talk about your negative feelings. It's a safe place to openly express yourself how you feel. Even today, I talked to my mental health specialist and we went over some techniques. He asked me how I was doing. I told him how I was doing, how I was feeling. And it's so enlightening. It's so refreshing to know that you can talk to somebody on a weekly basis or every other week or on an on-needs basis, it's so important to be able to talk to someone about what you're feeling, to actually talk about your trauma. And also, some of the things that you learn when you go talk to a mental health specialist, you can write burn letters, or I say shred letters, where you can write your feelings on paper and shred them. Or you can write your feelings on paper and burn them. And as the paper shreds or as the paper burns, those feelings dissipate. So you got all of your negative thoughts, your negative feelings on paper. And then once you get it on paper, then you can shred them, which I shred them because I have a shredder, or you can light a candle and burn them. And as the paper burns, your feeling burns and they burn away. And then what can you do? You can begin to breathe better. You can begin to think better. You can begin to feel better. And you can always go back to what you have learned, because principles that you learn, you can use over and over and over again. So I had to come to you today to be open to talk about, hey, you know what? When you talk about your feelings, when you talk about what you go through, it helps other people understand you better. It helps other people have empathy for you. It helps other people know how to listen to you, because we all need friends that we could talk to. But then we also all need friends that are willing to listen to us as we go through life. Because life be lifing, right? Life be lifing, and sometimes you need someone to listen to you. Life be lifing, and sometimes you need someone to talk to you and you listen to them. Life be lifing, and sometimes you got to go to a comedy show. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a comedy show. I seen Tamika Williams do her comedy set at the Emerald City Comedy Club. And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. So laughter is another way to release tension, but laughter is another way to express happiness. Because once you get the tension out of your body, then you have to fill your mind, soul, and body with good stuff, right? With fun stuff, with exciting stuff, with living stuff, with future stuff. What's on my list of things to do this summer? What's on my list to do is to go traveling. So my traveling goals for the summer are: number one, I want to take the water taxi to West Seattle. Number two, I want to take a ferry boat ride to Vashon Islands, or take the ferry boat ride to Bremerton. And then the big one, I want to take the Victoria Clipper to Victoria, Canada. So once you get the negative things out of your life, you got to replace it with positive activities, positive adventures, positive thinking. What? It centers you. And then you can express those new fun experiences with your family and friends. So I have 3 fun things on my list, and I will keep you posted on my Facebook page. Number 1, water taxi ride to West Seattle. Gotta do it. The ferry ride to Bremerton. I've got to do it. And then number 3, I gotta do videos of this one. Taking the Vancouver Clipper ride or the Victoria Clipper ride to Victoria, Canada. Man, I'm excited about those 3 things. So, hey, this is BK International Talent Scout. We went over grounding techniques today. I read my favorite poem, Christmas in July. We talked about body awareness, the body awareness techniques that will bring you into the here and now by directing your focus to sensations in your body. Pay special attention to the physical sensations created by each step. And there are 8 steps. That was a part of our show today. Then we also talked about mental exercises. Use mental exercise to take your mind off of uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. They are discreet and easy to use at nearly any time or place, or experiment to see which works best. Hey, this is BK International Talent Scout. Thank you for listening to my show today, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Seattle, for checking out the show with BK Presents on Rainier Avenue Radio. It's been our pleasure. But listen, we want to connect with you. Maybe you have some takeaways from the show that you would like to let us know about. You can do that in 2 ways. You can go on Twitter and follow us at BK Presents, or email us bkpresents@gmail.com. Once again, that's bkpresents@gmail.com. Until next time, we look forward to hearing from you again on BK Presents. This is Marquise Franklin, the producer of BK Presents, and that is our time for today. We want to say thank you for listening to the show, and if you'd like to hear the entirety of this episode and more, visit bkpresents.com. Also subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and Google Play. BK Presents, promoting the good news in contemporary fashion.